Sure. My name is Dr. David Schein. I'm a professor and associate dean at University of St. Thomas. But prior to that, and still continuing, I provide advice to businesses of all sizes, nonprofits and for-profits, about important issues in employment and human resources.
And you mentioned before we started our recording a nonprofit that you're working with. So tell us the story of the nonprofit.
Right. I don't want to give out too much detail because we want to maintain the confidentiality of the organization that called me, but they are a very small nonprofit organization in the greater Houston area. And they have a tough situation. They are literally running out of money. And one of the problems is that they can apply to the Small Business Administration, the SBA, for a CARES Act loan, CARES, which is what most people know as the big bailout, the $2.3 trillion stimulus bill. And part of that provides that businesses can borrow money at low interest rates. And there is a sort of a rumor right now that some of that money might be forgiven, but it'll be loaned to businesses at very low interest rates. So the organization is already looking into a CARES Act loan, but they still have to pay that money back. And what they said is, we have no revenue coming in. And normally we do certain events that produce positive cash flow, and we use that to cover our monthly overhead in addition to their other normal funding. And they said, without doing any normal things, we just have no revenue coming in. And we don't know when this money from the CARES Act will come in. So that led to a discussion about the PPP, Payroll Protection Plan, which is a separate law that allows small businesses like yours, like mine, like this one, to borrow money through a special program. Part of the problem is that millions have applied for these loans in a very short period of time. The financial institutions are being swamped, and they have not been able to process the paperwork. Once the paperwork is processed, we still do not know how much time will it take for the money to actually show up in the coffers. So the problem is, it is illegal. It is against federal law to allow people to work on your payroll if you do not have the money to meet payroll at the end of the week. So
Wow.
if you do not have the money, you need to send people home today or tomorrow, whenever you project running out of money. Now, the second part of this for this nonprofit is they said, well, we have a tiny bit of savings in CDs. And my concern on behalf of the organization is we don't want to kill the organization in this situation. We want the organization to be able to live and fight another day, as the cliche goes. And so the concern is no, don't cash in those savings, because that pretty much would mean if this thing continues much longer, you won't have anything to use to restart your business. So I discourage them from doing that. The interesting thing about the Payroll Protection Plan is that if you have been forced, as they will probably face, to lay people off, as long as you re-employ those people once you get your funding, then they will be able to reapply from that point forward for a forgiveness of the PPP. So technically, the PPP is a loan, but the understanding is, as long as it's used for payroll, then it will be approved.
Very good. Thank you, David, very much, because this is so timely, and this is like the second or third session we've done this, and we'll keep on doing them as the news media calls it, breaking news. So when something else is announced, David, I'll get back with you, but I don't want to ever go without saying that David is the author of a book called The Decline of America, 100 Years of Leadership failures. So get this book. It's a great book for research if you want to know more about the different presidents. Starts with Woodrow Wilson, I believe, wasn't it, David?
Woodrow Wilson through Barack Obama, and kind of an epilogue that talks about the Trump election.
Very good. So you can get this book from the website, or you can go to Amazon, and we will, so that's available on Amazon to get in either print format, ebook, or audio. No, not audio yet. We're working on the audio, getting that ready. So go get your copy today, read about the decline of America. So David, thank you again. Love all, I mean, you're just like a wealth of information, and I love being able to share that so that we can have more people find out who you are and how valuable you are through this time that we're going through right now. So thank you.
Thank you, Sandy. Take care.